Imagine living on an island where dragons attack every night. They burn your homes, steal your animals, and there's no escape. You either fight or you lose everything. This is Berk, a small, isolated island, and its only curse is dragons. But the people of Berk are Vikings, warriors who never run. Every child grows up learning how to fight dragons. Every child, except one. Hiccup, the son of the mighty chief Stoic. A man so strong, they say he killed 2 dragons with his bare hands. But Hiccup? He's nothing like his father. He's weak, clumsy, and terrified of fighting. Instead, he spends his time building strange inventions, dreaming of proving himself one day. And then, one night, the dragons strike harder than ever. Fire spreads. Homes collapse. Warriors rush to fight back. Hiccup wants to join, but Stoic shouts at him to stay inside. Still, Hiccup can't stand aside. He runs to Gobber, his mentor, begging to try his new invention, a weapon he swears can catch a dragon. But Gobber refuses. He knows the boy isn't ready. Out on the battlefield, Astrid and the other young fighters rush bravely into the flames, putting out fires, standing tall against the dragons. Hiccup watches her, fearless, strong, and he feels smaller than ever. They laugh at him, call him weak, not a true Viking. So, Hiccup makes a decision. He'll prove them all wrong. He'll use his invention to catch a dragon. Maybe even the most dangerous dragon of all, the Night Fury. A dragon so powerful, no Viking has ever survived an encounter with it. And Hiccup, he's about to do the impossible. And in that moment, Hiccup makes his choice. He takes his invention, determined to hunt the Night Fury. If he catches it, he'll earn respect. He'll finally prove he belongs. He fires into the sky, shot after shot, until at last he hits something. A dragon. Hiccup can't believe it. He's overjoyed. But his victory is cut short. Another dragon swoops down, fierce and deadly. It charges at him. Hiccup runs, desperate. And just as it's about to strike, Stoic appears. The chief saves his son. Hiccup tries to explain. He caught a dragon. But Stoic doesn't believe him. Frustration builds. Hiccup shouts, "You don't want anything from me except to be a warrior, and I don't want to be one." Stoic's face hardens. His voice thunders before everyone. "You'll never be a warrior." The words cut deep. The crowd whispers, their eyes full of pity. Hiccup feels smaller than ever. He goes to Gobber, hurt and desperate. "I did catch a dragon," he insists. "But my father, he always makes me feel like a failure." Gobber sighs. "The problem is you've never proved yourself. That's why no one believes you." Hiccup lowers his eyes. "I just want to be like you." Gobber feels for him, but walks away, leaving Hiccup alone. So Hiccup slips into the forest. Meanwhile, Stoic gathers his warriors. He reminds them of their Viking glory, their ancestors, their duty. He tells them they're close to the dragon's nest. If they destroy it, the threat will end forever. The men hesitate, but Stoic fires them up, reigniting their pride. They roar with him, ready to fight. Stoic turns to Gothy, the village seer. "Can we reach the nest before winter?" She nods. That's enough for Stoic. He orders the armies to prepare. Before leaving, he assigns Gobber a task. Train the teens. Test them. Forge them into dragon slayers. Gobber agrees, but when Stoic refuses to include Hiccup, saying there's no hope for him, Gobber argues. This time feels different. The boy wants to prove himself. Stoic hesitates, and finally, he gives in. And while the warriors prepare, Hiccup heads into the forest. He's searching for the dragon he shot. At last, he finds it. The mighty Night Fury, lying on the ground, wounded. Fear takes hold of him, but he forces himself closer, pulls out a knife, ready to finish it. Only he can't. He looks into its eyes, and something stops him. Instead of killing it, he cuts the ropes and sets it free. The dragon rises, powerful even in pain. Hiccup stumbles back, terrified, but the creature doesn't harm him. It just turns and disappears into the trees. Shaken, Hiccup returns home. Stoic is waiting. This time, there's no discussion. You'll join Gobber's training, his father orders. He presses a heavy hammer into Hiccup's hands. Use it. Learn to fight. Hiccup protests. Why don't you listen? I'm not a fighter. I'm not like you. But Stoic won't hear it. The trials of fire will make you strong. Train hard. And with that, he leaves. The next morning, the arena fills with young Vikings. The trials begin, and Hiccup is forced to join them. The others mock him. He's only here because his father is chief, they sneer. Everyone knows he's a coward. But Gobber silences them. Enough! Get ready. Today, you face dragons, real ones. Each of you will prove who's the best hunter. The gates open. A dragon bursts out, fierce and raging. The teens rush to attack, everyone except Hiccup. He freezes. His hands shake. The dragon lunges straight for him, and Gobber leaps in, forcing it back into its cage. He kneels beside Hiccup, steadying him. You've got to focus, lad. Next time, you'll know what to do. Later that day, Hiccup slips back into the forest. He finds the Night Fury again, wounded wing, struggling to fly. Hiccup studies him, sketching every detail, every line, every movement, trying to understand this dragon, not as an enemy, but as something more. That night, back on the island, Gobber gathers the teens inside the hall. He wants them to learn from their mistakes. Hiccup joins the group. Gobber pulls out the greatest book in Burke, a heavy volume about dragons. Every type, every strength, every weakness. Read it, he tells them. Know your enemy. But the teens roll their eyes. One by one, they walk away. All except Astrid and Hiccup. Hiccup turns to her. Maybe dragons aren't as bad as we think. She stares at him, shocked. Are you insane? Our duty is clear. We destroy them before they destroy us. But Hiccup shakes his head. What if it's our fault? We take their land. We leave them no food. Maybe that's why they attack. Astrid's eyes narrow. You've never lived like us. You're the chief's son. You've had everything. That's why you're weak. Me? I fought for every step. I became a warrior. And one day, I'll take your father's place. Hiccup looks at her, gentle. You deserve it. And for what it's worth, my father likes you. He probably wishes you were his child, not me. Her face softens, confused by his words. Then she turns and walks away. Hiccup stays behind, flipping through the book, searching for answers, until he finds the page on the Night Fury. It's empty, no details, only one warning: do not engage. Meanwhile, far across the sea, Stoic leads a great fleet, hunting for the dragon's nest. Through misty mountains they sail, but a swarm of dragons descends, crushing ship after ship. The battle rages, and the Vikings are forced to retreat. Back on Berk, the next morning, another trial begins. The teens face fire once again. They charge forward with courage. But Hiccup hides, helpless. A dragon corners him, its jaws open wide, and Astrid leaps in, driving it back. She locks it into the cage. The crowd cheers. She's the strongest fighter of the day. She turns to the others, her voice sharp. Take this seriously. Our people are at war. One day, we'll be the ones standing in front of the dragons. From the sidelines, Gothi watches silently, studying then, trying to see who will become the greatest hunter of all. And later that day, Hiccup slips into the forest. In his hands, a fish, a peace offering. He lays it down, then throws his knife aside. No weapons, no threats. The dragon snatches the fish, swallows it whole. Then, surprising him, spits back half. A gift, a sign of trust. Slowly, carefully, Hiccup reaches out. His hand trembles, then touches warm, black scales. The dragon doesn't attack. It closes its eyes. In that moment, a bond begins. They play, they learn from each other, and Hiccup gives him a name, Toothless. That night, Hiccup doesn't sleep. He works by firelight, building something new, a tail fin to replace the one Toothless lost. The next morning, he returns, food in one hand, the new tail in the other. He straps it in place, climbs onto Toothless's back, and together they fly. Higher, farther, faster. The boy and the dragon, friends at last. From then on, their bond only grows. Toothless teaches him the ways of dragons, and Hiccup learns how to train them. So when the next fire trial begins, the others fight with force. But Hiccup does something different. He calms the beast. He reads its movements. And for the first time, he saves his friends. The dragon obeys him, and the crowd stares, stunned. Gothi watches closely, quietly marking Hiccup's rise, his chance to become Book's greatest hunter. But Hiccup's secret work isn't done. Back at home, he builds more. A saddle for Toothless, a way to ride without falling. And when he mounts again, they soar across the skies, through clouds, over seas, discovering hidden places and the true power of dragons. Every night they train. Every day, Hiccup returns stronger. At the trials, he no longer hides. He outshines the others, not with blades, but with understanding. The other teens grow jealous, then curious. How does he do it? What's his secret? But Astrid doesn't buy it. She watches him closely, determined to uncover the truth. Meanwhile, Stoic returns from his failed campaign. They never found the dragon's nest. Tired, frustrated, he meets Gobber, who tells him something shocking. Hiccup, the boy who could never fight, is suddenly the one everyone admires. The one who can face dragons with ease. Stoic can't believe it. But while he wrestles with doubt, far away, Toothless carries Hiccup across the skies, over mountains, through clouds, across the sea. Hiccup nearly slips, falling into the endless air, but Toothless dives, catches him, and saves his rider. From then on, their flight becomes one. Hiccup can guide his every turn, Every dive, every climb. Together, they're unstoppable. That night, Stoic finds his son at home. He looks at him, different, stronger, alive. Pride swells in his voice. He places a helmet in Hiccup's hands. "It was your mother's," Stoic says. "She always hoped to see the day you became a true warrior." Hiccup can't answer. He wants to tell his father the truth, that his strength comes not from killing, but from Toothless. But the words won't come, so he nods and says only that he needs rest for tomorrow's trials. The next day arrives, the fire test, the day that will decide the best dragon hunter. The arena fills. Stoic watches proudly, waiting for his son to shine. Astrid steels herself, determined to win at any cost. Before they enter, she whispers to Hiccup, "Today, I'll be the one to win." But Hiccup just answers softly, "You deserve it. You're brave. You've earned it." The test begins. A dragon roars. And once again, Hiccup does the impossible. He calms it, controls it, bends it to his will without a single strike. The crowd erupts. Stoic turns to Gothy, the village seer. Who is the best warrior? Her answer is clear. Hiccup. The arena falls silent. Gobber stares in disbelief. To him, a true hunter must kill, and Hiccup never has. But Gothy doesn't waver. Her choice is final. The crowd cheers, but Astrid feels only anger. To her, the title should be hers, not the boy known for weakness. Suspicion grows in her heart. She decides to follow Hiccup and uncover the truth behind his sudden power. And later that night, Hiccup sneaks back to Toothless. But he isn't alone. Astrid steps out from the shadows. Her eyes are sharp, demanding. She wants the truth, the secret behind his sudden strength. Hiccup stumbles for words. Then, Toothless appears. Astrid gasps, reaching for her axe, but Hiccup throws himself between them. "Toothless, stop! She's a friend!" The dragon growls, ready to strike. But Hiccup's voice calms him. Slowly, the beast lowers his head. "This is a night fury," Hiccup whispers. Astrid freezes. "Impossible! No one survives an attack from such a creature." And yet here it stands, tamed. Fear takes over. She runs. Hiccup leaps onto Toothless, chasing her through the forest. They soar into the night sky until they land on a high cliff. "Please," he says, breathless, "give me a chance to show you." Reluctantly, Astrid agrees. She climbs onto Toothless's back, terrified, clinging tight, but Hiccup steadies her. "Trust me." The dragon launches. Wings slice the air. They dive, twist, spin through clouds. Hiccup shows her everything. Control, trust, freedom. Slowly, Astrid's fear fades. Wonder fills her eyes. For the first time, she sees dragons not as monsters, but as something more. Still, her voice is firm. "This changes nothing. Tomorrow, I still have to kill." But Hiccup shakes his head. "No, we don't have to fight them. We can train them, live with them." She snaps back. "After all they've done? After everything they've taken from us?" Hiccup's voice breaks. "They took my mother too. But how long will we keep killing each other?" Astrid falls silent, her heart torn. She doesn't know what to say. And then Toothless changes course. He carries them over a hidden valley where hundreds of dragons swarm in the shadows. They land, and what they see chills them both. An enormous beast, the true alpha, forcing the others to steal from humans or be devoured themselves. Astrid whispers, "We have to tell your father." But Hiccup shakes his head. "Not yet. Let me prove it first. Tomorrow, in the arena." She hesitates, then nods. "I'll be watching you, Hiccup." The next morning, the final trial. Today, Hiccup must face a dragon and kill it in front of everyone. The arena is packed. Crowds cheer, and Stoic sits proudly among them. For the first time, he looks at his son with pride. But Hiccup feels torn. His father's words echo in his head, and Astrid, standing close, whispers reassurance. "You can do this." The gates creak open. A fire-breathing dragon storms out, spitting flames across the arena. The crowd roars with excitement. Stoic waits. He wants to see his son deliver the killing blow. But Hiccup doesn't raise his weapon. Instead, he reaches out, calm, steady, trying to tame the beast. "Listen to me. We don't have to kill them. We can train them. Trust them." The audience gasps. Stoic leaps to his feet, furious. "Enough! Stop this nonsense!" Hiccup begs, "Please, father, just listen." But Stoic's voice is hard. "You're no Viking. You're no son of mine." The dragon senses the anger. It panics. Snarling, it lashes out, flames bursting everywhere. Astrid jumps in, trying to distract it. But the beast charges straight for Hiccup. And then a shadow descends. Toothless. He crashes into the arena, protecting Hiccup with a deafening roar. The two dragons clash, fire against fury, shaking the ground. The crowd screams in terror as Toothless forces the beast back into its cage. But the victory doesn't last. The warriors flood the arena, weapons raised, not at the fire dragon, but at Toothless. Stoic storms down, ignoring Astrid's desperate pleas. He orders the men forward. Ropes fly. They bind Toothless, pulling him to the ground. The dragon thrashes, but he won't fight back, not with Hiccup beside him. Hiccup shouts, voice breaking, "Stop! Don't hurt him!" But Stoic's face is stone. "Enough! Get out of here, Hiccup! You've shamed us all!" And as the ropes tighten around Toothless, Hiccup is dragged away, helpless. And when they return home, Stoic doesn't stop shouting. But Hiccup tries, again, to explain. He tells his father what he saw inside the dragon's nest. Stoic demands the location. Hiccup admits it was Toothless who led him there. That's it. Stoic's pride turns to anger. "You failed me. You'll never be one of us." He pushes Hiccup aside and orders the warriors to prepare the ships. They're going to the nest, and they're taking Toothless with them. Hiccup is left broken. Until Astrid steps in. She tells him he's not weak. He's the first Viking to ride a dragon, to tame one. He just needs to believe it. For a moment, Hiccup hesitates. Then he realizes what he must do. He gathers the other young fighters and shares his plan. "Don't fear them. Dragons only fight when they feel threatened. Show them safety, and they'll trust you." One by one, he pairs each of them with a dragon. Together they set off to catch up with Stoic and the warriors. Meanwhile, Stoic's fleet approaches the nest. But something feels wrong. The dragons don't attack. They scatter, fleeing in every direction. And then it appears. A colossal dragon, rising from the mountain, smashing everything in its path, burning ships to ash. No weapon can stop it. At the same time, Hiccup and the teens soar in on their dragons. "Listen to them," Hiccup shouts. "They'll follow you if you show them you're not a threat." The warriors reach the dragon's nest, but instead of victory, They find fire everywhere. A massive dragon rises, tearing through ships, crushing everything in sight. The fighters scatter, each attacked from a different side. In the chaos, Hiccup rushes to free Toothless, but he fails, and both of them fall into the sea. Stoic dives in. He saves his son, then frees Toothless. For the first time, Stoic sees the truth. Hiccup climbs onto Toothless. Together, they rise into the sky. The others follow, striking the beast from every angle. One lands a hit on its eye. Astrid smashes its teeth, but the monster nearly crushes her. Hiccup and Toothless dive in, saving her just in time. Then Hiccup spots it. The weak point, the wings. He lures the dragon away and attacks again and again until the wings shatter. The monster crashes down, but before it dies, it slams them from the sky. They fall. Stoic runs, crying out for his son. Astrid is in tears too. Then, to everyone's shock, Toothless spreads his wings. He had shielded Hiccup. Cheers erupt. Stoic kneels, pride in his eyes. For the first time, he calls his son a true Viking. Days later, Hiccup wakes up. He's in his room. Toothless waits beside him. He tries to stand, then realizes his left leg is gone. But Gobber has built him a new one, and even a new saddle for Toothless. When Hiccup steps outside, the island is transformed. Dragons fly side by side with Vikings. The war is over, and Berk has changed. Forever. Hiccup climbs onto Toothless. They soar over the island, together at last. And that is how Hiccup became a hero.